Thank you, Madam CEO. The widow of the late Willie Kimani, Madam Hannah Kimani, the President of the Law Society of Kenya, Mr. Nelson Harvey, council members present, and council members watching us from wherever they are, Professor, Senior Mr. Ongaro, and all the members of the society present and the secretariat, and members of the Law Society and those of the public watching us from wherever they are, good morning. My name is Caroline Kamende Daudi. I'm the Vice President and also the convener of the Advocates Police Relations Committee. The importance of the law enforcement in an open, free and democratic society is for purposes of promoting public safety and upholding the rule of law. Equally important is the role of a lawyer, an advocate in our setup within the justice system, who has a unique responsibility in the same society to further public good by championing for equal rights and fairness. In the very manner that human rights are indivisible, interdependent and interrelated, so is the golden thread that cuts across the entire justice sector, which and its players, key among them the police and advocates. In spite of this interdependence, conflict between the police and the advocates is not new. I will give an instance where in November last year, a dispute over a parking spot in New Delhi escalated to lawyers setting fire to a police van and other vehicles as officers ransacked lawyers' chambers. The effect of the said conflicts is that several members on both sides had to be hospitalized. Closer home, police intimidation, harassment and extrajudicial killings targeting advocates in the line of duty is the sole reason why we are gathered here today, to specifically commemorate a defender of human rights who paid the ultimate price, Mr. Willie Kimani, together with his driver and client. Under Section 4E of the Law Society of Kenya Act, number 21 of 2014, the Law Society of Kenya's core mandate is to protect and assist the public in Kenya in all matters touching ancillary or incidental to the law. The Society is legally mandated to be a champion of constitutionalism, the rule of law and administration of justice, and the full implementation of the Bill of Rights. To achieve its intended objectives, the frosty relationship that has previously prevailed as between advocates and the police has to be thawed for the benefit of the dispensation of justice and for the society as a whole. It is in this regard that the Council, under the leadership of President Harvey, resolved to constitute the Lawyer Police Relations Committee at the National Office, aimed at facilitating engagements with the Office of the Inspector General of Police, the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, and collaborating with the Office of the Director for Public Prosecutions to develop guidelines that will foster police-advocate engagement. These four institutions, as key stakeholders in the justice sector, should synergize efforts to support administrative and institutional frameworks that will contribute to creating and consolidating a safe and enabling environment in which both legal practitioners and the police are supposed and empowered to carry out their professional duties and activities. Among the parameters that the Law Society of Kenya seeks to engage the Office of the IG with a view to establishing sustainable solutions are: 1. Police-advocate relationship. The Lawyer Police Relations Committee shall seek to come up with guidelines that will address the issues of advocate-police relations holistically and offer viable and sustainable solutions to all players. In this regard, subject to public participation, the Council shall continue to seek interventions from the Office of the IG and other duty bearers in the justice sector in approving and initiating the implementation of the said guidelines. Should the same prove viable, LSK shall engage in joint seminars validating validation forums and trainings with members of the disciplined forces for a better understanding of the guidelines to be developed. At this point, I acknowledge that there were guidelines that were already developed by the Nairobi branch, and we shall be liaising with them in this engagement. Friday arrests. There can be no longer greater threat to the rule of law in a democratic society than when defenders of the rule of law are arbitrarily arrested or placed in mortal and personal danger while carrying out their professional duty. Advocates are critical players in the administration of justice and the advancement of the rule of law, and play a crucial role in the maintenance of a free and just society. It is therefore imperative that they be adequately safeguarded by the authorities. That is number two. Number two is Friday arrest. Number three is the police bail and bond. A major source of conflict between advocates and the police has also been the discretionary powers exercised by chief of police stations, that is the OCSs, in giving police bail or bond to suspects, which is subject to abuse. This had occasionally led to led to an unequal and unstandardized and haphazard application of the discretion. The committee shall endeavor to engage with other stakeholders towards coming up with a standardized policy. This we will seek the input of the judiciary, because I know they have a manual on this. In conclusion, as we stand here on this solemn occasion today to remember our brother Willie, his driver and the client, and in a deserved honor of our learned friend and larger community members who have suffered in the hands of the police, our message as LSK remains boldly clear, that we shall bravely pursue justice to its end for every case presented to us. I will quote the American human rights activist, Reverend Alfred Charles Sharpton Jr., who once said, "Let me be clear, as I have repeatedly, I do not believe that all police officers are bad, nor do I believe that most are bad. But there must be a transparent, impartial, and fair system to judge those that engage in criminal or unethical acts." Similarly, we hope that the engagement between advocates and the police in their respective line of duty will entrench an accountability mechanism against officers engaging in criminal and unethical acts. Lastly, and with the permission of the President of the Law Society and upon approval of Council and support of the Police Lawyer Committee, I am pleased to invite the President to launch a toll-free line that we set up for advocates to report on any cases of harassment by law enforcers in the course of their work. We hope in due course, and with the approval of the President and the Council, that we shall roll out similar toll-free lines to the 8 branches of the Law Society of Kenya. Mr. President, kindly come, and thank you all.